Hey friends, welcome back to Toy Foolery, and today we're looking at the Star Wars Ahsoka, the Black Series Marrok. Now, I'm super disappointed because this is something that Star Wars does all the time. They make these super cool characters that you see in the trailers, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's going to be super dope. He's going to be just like all the other Sith lords that we had, and then they turn out to just be fodder for the main character, and it's like, then what's the point of making them so badass looking in the trailer if they were going to be pointless? But that's just my grief with just Star Wars in general for the last about decade. The first few years, the first six episodes actually handled all their villains with great care. They actually meant something. But after episode 6, or actually episode 3 rather, every villain was just kind of like But even though I was disappointed by this character, which I ordered before the series came out because they had the pre-order before that. I have it here, and let's see if the toy is worthwhile. I already see problems with it because the coloring does not match the show. I understand that pre-production is a thing, but But let's get out the box and see if it's worthwhile. And before we do that, let's check the box to see if it's better than your mother's. I'm going to tell you it's probably not. So we have this cool artwork on the side of Marrok. On the back, the same artwork again. A little blurb about Marrok. Well, not a blurb by Marrok, because it's a blurb about the show, which I don't know if they didn't know if this was going to get out before the show actually started, and therefore they didn't actually tell us about the character. That's stupid. And then on the front we have a Marrok that does not match the color of the show. Hooray. So let's get this bad boy out the box and see if he's worth the money. So here we have Marrok and all his glory. So first things first, yes, the coloring's off, and that's automatically a deduction, and it automatically makes me know that they're going to release this again as a completely different figure with the proper coloring. So that's already a strike against it. Second thing that I noticed, which was fun as I was taking this thing out the box, was that this lightsaber has a peg. Now, normally that peg is to peg into the hip, because usually these characters are, if you're not having it completely extended, they're able to carry it, or they have a different accessory so that you can have it spinning or something of that nature. But he does not have anything on his hip, as you can see, to attach it to. Therefore, I have no idea why you would give him someone else's lightsaber and do small modifications to it so that it can fit. I get you got to reuse, but come on, just take the peg off. It seems real lazy. Soft goods cape, so that's pretty decent. The scope on the helmet is really good. The scope on the armor is good, but because the coloring's off, kind of not worth it. It's time to throw it in trash anyway. Yeah, this is just your run-of-the-mill Black Series, and for characters that don't mean anything, they really don't put the effort for it. The Ahsoka figure and the Ahsoka figure for this series is actually really decent, but this one, complete skip. Don't waste your money. I can't not recommend this, especially because I know somewhere down the line they're going to re-release it with the proper coloring. Hopefully they make this a little bit better at that point, but at this time, not worth it, especially because I'm not a fan of this Black Series flexibility. These single joint elbows are okay, but it once again, it's okay for soldiers and foot soldiers and robots, but for characters like these that are supposed to be doing like super flips and bouncing off walls and all kinds of stuff, you don't get any kind of dynamic posing from that. The same thing with his legs. They're kind of stiff right here, and soft good caught in it. So yeah, I like the Black series just because I like the characters, but they're not really fun toys. They're probably worse than the NECA when it comes to just being statues. But yeah, don't get this one. Wait for them to re-release it with the proper coloring. If you do have it already, maybe you can use some of the body parts for fodder for other people who actually need things, because I've seen people use the third sister to make other characters taller, and she wasn't a very popular figure, and she's going real cheap. So maybe you can use him for parts for someone else, but if you have him already. But anyone who didn't buy him, don't waste your time. Not worth it. Anyway, it's Pigface McGee signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next video.